For the last 2 years, we have treated artificial intelligence like a highly intelligent oracle. You type a question into a prompt box, and the machine generates a text-based answer, sitting completely dormant until it is waiting for a command. The problem with this model is the execution gap. The AI can write a brilliant blueprint for a marketing campaign or structure a complex piece of code, but you are still the one who has to copy, paste, troubleshoot, and actually build the project. The human is still doing the heavy lifting. We have reached a point where we no longer want an oracle that only gives advice. The market demands a digital employee, a system capable of handling the entire workload from concept to completion entirely on its own. Google built Gemini to cross that exact bridge. Gemini is categorized as an agentic AI. Agentic AI refers to a system designed to pursue complex goals, make decisions, and take actions autonomously, without needing constant human supervision. Gemini operates as an agent that initiates and completes tasks, moving beyond the reactive responses of previous models to act on our behalf. Imagine handing a computer a hand-drawn sketch of a website on a napkin, giving it a recording of a video meeting where you discussed the design, and asking it to write the code and publish the site. Legacy AI systems instantly fail at a request like this. They operate exclusively through text, leaving them entirely blind to the visual context of the napkin sketch or the audio-visual cues in the meeting recording. This animated diagram illustrates how Gemini solves that problem through a foundational architecture called multimodality. Multimodality allows the AI to ingest and process text, video, imagery, and raw code simultaneously, rather than translating everything into text first. Gemini compiles those distinct streams of data, cross-referencing the spoken details from the video meeting directly against the drawn layout of the sketch. It merges these inputs to create a unified understanding of your intent, generating a complete wireframe. A wireframe is a basic visual skeletal framework used to plan the layout of a web page. The system is actively perceiving its digital environment, seeing shapes, hearing voices, and reading code, much like a human processes sensory information. Gathering that information is only half the equation. The true shift happens in how Gemini takes action through step-by-step reasoning. Look at this diagram comparing traditional AI generation with Gemini's process. A standard model tries to output one massive, finalized response. Gemini fractures your complex prompt into a multi-step flowchart, tackling the problem in sequential, logical phases. Step 1 is generating the base HTML from the napkin sketch. Step 2 requires the system to act outwardly, reaching across the internet to pull live, real-world data from external databases to populate the newly coded site. If the AI hits a roadblock during this process, say a broken API connection, it triggers a critical error correction phase. An API, or Application Programming Interface, is a software bridge that lets two different applications communicate. Instead of crashing, Gemini loops backward, rewrites its own code to bypass the broken bridge, and proceeds to publish the site. This recursive loop enables Gemini to function as a persistent workflow engine, finishing the task despite technical roadblocks. Google is rapidly scaling this step-by-step execution capability to the general public in the form of an integrated personal assistant. The goal is for this autonomous engine to manage the logistics of your daily life, navigate complex enterprise workflows, and synthesize data to help you make critical financial or business decisions. However, delegating that much power introduces massive friction into the economy. If an AI can seamlessly handle coding, deep research, and editing without a human copying or pasting anything, entry-level white-collar jobs face a direct and immediate threat. Then there is the control problem. Allowing an AI to execute multi-step actions autonomously on the live internet carries inherent safety risks, from executing malicious code to misinterpreting a high-stakes financial command. Strict technical guardrails are required. As these systems gain the power to execute tasks independently, the role of the human worker must shift heavily toward oversight, setting strict limitations on what the machine is allowed to access. The priority has shifted toward building the guardrails and oversight needed to keep these autonomous agents in check. So, what do you think? Is delegating our most complex tasks to an autonomous machine a logical step for efficiency, or does it invite risks we aren't prepared to handle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the mechanics of AI.